Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. My name is Brian, and today I've got some actual woodworking here. So when I first started this, the Into the Woodshop thing, it was a business that I had in middle school and high school where I sold these wooden pens that I turned on my lathe right here. And so I'm going to be doing one of those. I'm making this as a gift. So I thought I'd film it because it's pretty cool. So I got this piece of bacote right here. Make sure you can see it. It doesn't look like much at the moment, but it's pretty cool wood. I think it's bacote. It should be. But, so I'm going to be using, basically you buy these pen kits, which have all of the little metal parts, and you just turn the wood down to fit them. It's pretty fun. I haven't done it in a while. Before I started YouTube, Into the Woodshop was just me making pens that I would sell. And so this is me a gold-plated ballpoint pen made out of, I think, bacote. So this should be a short video of me making a pen. It'll be pretty cool, so stick around. Okay, quick little thing before I get started. In this video, I keep saying that the wood I'm using is bacote. It is actually Indian rosewood. I don't know why I got that confused. This is bacote right here. This is another pen I'm making. This is bacote. What I'm using in the video is Indian rosewood. I don't know why I mixed that up. Sorry about that. Okay, to start this off, so this is a pen blank, so it's just a strip of wood. I don't know the exact dimensions, but so in the pen there are two pieces of wood, and inside the pen there are these brass tubes because the wood's gonna be really thin. So these brass tubes help hold it up. So I'm just gonna cut down two pieces of wood that are a little bit bigger than these brass tubes. Okay, so I've got these cut down to just a little bit bigger. Doesn't need to be super precise here than the brass tubes. So now I just got to drill a hole straight down the middle to put the brass tube in. Drilling a hole right down the center. Built this little jig to make sure it's square. I believe this is a 7mm drill bit if anyone's interested. My hole's drilled, one of them's not at all centered, but that's completely fine. Doesn't matter for this. But so these will just be glued in here, but at the moment they're super smooth, so the glue will not stick to them at all. So I'm just gonna stick them on the lathe, hit them with some like 40 grit sandpaper, and that'll scuff them up enough that the glue will stick nicely. This is the pen mandrel that I'll be tying them on later. There we go. Mandrel came out, but that's fine. So now I got nice and scuffed up. Now the glue's gonna stick nicely. So here I'm gonna be using my favorite super glue. And as always, links to everything will be in the description. Just slap some super glue on. Basically just take this, stick it right in, give it a twist. Make sure all the glue's everywhere inside. The glue is now dry, the tube is in there. So if you can see, there's this big gap between where the brass is and where the wood is. So I need to bring that down. So what I got right here, I completely forgot what this tool's called. Basically this piece goes in the middle, it clears out any glue that may have gotten inside the tube, and then this part will bring the height of the wood down to the same height as the brass. So just plunge this in until I see a tiny bit of brass shavings. It's pretty simple. Focus, there you go. No idea what this thing's called. I completely forgot. A lot farther down than usual on this piece, but as you can see now, the wood and the brass are flush. And then all this part right here will just get turned off once I put it on the lathe. So now I just got to do it to all four sides. Okay, so I've got the pen mandrel in the lathe, and I got these little bushings. So these bushings tell me how thick to make the piece of wood. So basically I turn the edges down to this thickness, and there are different ones depending on what pen you're making. So you just take these, I brought it down to the brass tube. Usually I try and line them up so the grain matches. There you go, so you can see grain matches there. Grain matches. So that one goes on. It goes one bushing in between. Interesting. Okay, so then I'm going to put two bearings in between. Alright, because this thing ended up being so deep and that side ended up being so deep, I'm going to put two in between. It doesn't change anything. Just gives me a little more space. Screw that thing on, tighten it down, bring in the tailstock. This just keeps it from wobbling. Got my little tool rest. I'm gonna bring this in as close as I possibly can. It's about right there. Okay, I'm clear. Tool I'm using just a normal gouge. And I'll do a little bit in real time, and then I'll just go straight into a time lapse. Okay, so we've got this turned down to roughly the right shape. It's not quite all the way down to the bearings. I'm gonna do the rest with sandpaper. So I'm gonna start at like 150 grit, go up to about 600. Get this really smooth. Just take this out. Got these little sandpaper strips, basically just turn it on, run it up and down, get the final shape in, and then go for the smoothing. Okay, so I'm up to a 600 grit. It's looking pretty good. So now I'm just gonna hit it with the finish. Okay, first thing, I'm just gonna hit it dry. Now just get it clean. You can see there's a little bit of sawdust on there. So now it's clean. Now what I use shallow wax. It's a friction polish. So it's like a wax that when it's used on a lathe, it cures from the friction. Pretty self-explanatory, really. This is a pretty cool part. It's my favorite part. And there we go. Nice and clean. I'll give you a closer look. There we go. Just nice and shiny and smooth. I'm just gonna take it off and assemble the pen. Okay, so here I got a pen press. So basically just got a lever with this little plunger, press all the parts together. So open up the bag. There's the ink cartridge. This is a mechanism that makes the twist happen. Because it's a twist to open pen. Got the clip. Oh, by the way, all these parts are gold plated. So all these are 24 karat gold plated, which makes it pretty cool. There's a little ring that goes in between the two halves. Got the tip and the back. So I've picked which side things are going to go in. So basically just line it up and press it together. And there we go. Looks pretty good. And take out these little spacers. And this is the twisting mechanism. There it goes together. It's right there. There we go, that twists. Alright, so we got the clip and the end piece. It might be kind of hard to see, but this area, the pattern is not as good as the rest. So I'm going to cover that area with the clip. So if there's ever any kind of weird scratches or anything on it that I couldn't get out, I'll just use the clip to cover it. Press that together. Looks good. This little ring just slides over the top. And then the pen just slides together. And there we go. Twist to open. Twist to close. If I get a good shot of it. Gold-plated Bacote pen. Pretty simple. If you want to make great gifts. I'll put a link to all the stuff that you need to make it in the description if you ever want to get into it. It's turned out pretty well. Nice little gold-plated Bacote pen. So if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see a lot more projects like this, much bigger projects, I have a lot more coming. Subscribe, you get to see tons of stuff. I plan on keeping this channel going for a long time because I plan on building things for forever. So as long as I can, I'm just going to keep filming the things I'm going to be building already. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be pretty awesome. I've got a lot of cool projects coming up. So since a lot of these projects take a long time to do, not really this one, but I've got several that have been going for several months. If you want to stay more up to date, you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook even. And I post there more frequently, especially on stories on Instagram. I've been posting a lot more there recently. A lot of cool stuff, behind the scenes, projects that don't make it onto YouTube, little things. I've even started posting some of the stuff I'm doing studying engineering, so check that out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.